Robert, let's start with what's happening tomorrow morning. These articles of impeachment, will work our way back. Number one, how did they narrow it down? And number two, is it enough? Is it sufficient to take the caucus and keep it together all the way through?
Based on my conversations with House Democratic aides tonight, it will be sufficient to get the support of the House Democratic Conference. Speaker Pelosi believes, and our lieutenants believe, they have the votes for abuse of power, possibly contempt of Congress. But that you see Chairman Nadler at the Judiciary Committee on Meet the Press on Sunday, now on Monday, meeting with his members, trying to articulate in private conversations exactly how to keep this narrow and focused so they can move forward this week.
Nancy, another first is coming for this president, and that could be his reaction to seeing actual articles of impeachment come out. Just yesterday, he tweeted or retweeted 101 times. It was just a Sunday. What could the reaction be in this case?
Well, I think that the White House, today was feeling really good about the fact that Republicans have been so united against impeachment, and they were feeling really good about polls that show that impeachment is not necessarily playing well in battleground states. But I think it's really an open question how the president reacts tomorrow morning when the Democrats unveil what the actual articles of impeachment will be. I think President Trump tends to take these things very personally. He tends to feel very attacked. And despite the White House aides' best efforts to say that the president is focused on policy or that he's busy working, we can see from his Twitter feed that he is obsessed and consumed by impeachment. And I think that we'll just see more evidence of that tomorrow. I think it'll be fascinating to see how he reacts on Twitter, how he reacts in his conversations with the press in the Oval Office, and what the day with the White House is like as he tries to go about his business while he feels personally under siege.
Katie Benner, back to your beat and the report that came out today. I saw former federal prosecutor Illy Honig wrote tonight that in the old days, an attorney general who had accused a government of spying on a presidential candidate might resign on the day when the counter evidence comes out. Obviously not going to be the case here. I did note Devin Nunes on Fox News tonight speaking unchallenged about a spy ring as if nothing had happened. What happens now?
Okay, so yes, just quick top line. The report indeed was a mixed bag. It does say that there was no illegal spying. It says that this was predicated lawfully. And of course, it says that there was not political bias in the opening of this investigation. Of course, we also see that the FBI certainly broke rules later on in its application to wiretap Carter Page. I think going forward, what we're going to see, because the president has already said that he believes that another investigator, John Durham, is going to give him the results that he wants, that Bill Barr has already said he believes that spying happened and he's still trying to figure out whether or not it was legally predicated, and because he decided to bat down one of the main conclusions of the report that came out today saying that the FBI did act lawfully. We're now going to see a situation where we have a federal prosecutor basically under tremendous pressure to deliver results of an investigation that has been prejudged not only by his boss, the attorney general, but by the president. And that's going to be a very tricky situation for him to navigate. It's going to raise questions as to whether or not this investigation could be fair. And to his credit, John Durham has a great reputation as somebody who is generally fair. So that's one thing that we need to look for. Also, we need to keep in mind that the muddying of the waters, one that we saw in Congress today, when people were saying what's true, what's factual, what we've seen with this re-airing of conspiracy theories around Ukraine that have been largely debunked and are unfounded, is that this also has an impact. So when you see these arguments, you see people trying to attack facts, we see the results of that. And one of the results is that we're not probably going to see an article of impeachment around the Mueller report, this huge investigation that turned up all sorts of very damning evidence against the president, in part because the waters were so muddied, it might be difficult to get the votes on it to make a credible argument.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.